Guys, Dumelang. I hope that everybody is well and that you can hear me clearly. Let me bring this video forward so that my voice will not be strained. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Chinese New Year for people who are in China, and push and grind for the people who are everywhere else in the world. As you know, or as you might not know, it's currently holiday time in China. We are in the Spring Festival period. We just celebrated Chinese New Year a few days ago. It was nice to see and witness the festivities. And I've just been home. Everybody else is traveling. People are on vacation. Guys, people are traveling all over the world, and good old me is just here. I'm just here thinking about my life. And that's why I decided to make a video today. Maybe we can just call it what's on your mind, or I can't call it anything relating to coffee because I'm having tea. I'm a tea girl these days. I sit down on the couch. Do you guys remember those videos that I used to make when I was sitting on the couch long time ago, and I used to talk about random things? So this is just reenactment of that, I guess, but on a more serious note. So for those who don't know, my name is PaleSA. I am from South Africa and I am living and working in China. It's been good so far and I'm loving it. I'm loving all the experiences that I'm getting, and I acknowledge that it's a privilege. You know, it's not everybody who gets to experience this, so I don't take it for granted. But something has been on my mind, you guys. Something has been on my mind. I think my time in China might be coming to an end. Not in the short term though, like progressively so, because I've been thinking about this for the last year or so. But as a lady in my mid-30s, I'm starting to think a lot more about where to, you know, what's next. And I've been privileged enough to have had an awesome 20s, and not a lot of people get the privilege of experiencing, so that I will forever be grateful for. However, a girl is not getting any younger, and being single is not nice, guys. You have no idea. Like, being single is something that I've been thinking a lot about recently, and it's not what I want for myself and what I want for my life. So the reason why I'm talking about the possibility of me returning home is that the pool here is not quality, and I stand to be corrected. I know people arrive here and they meet people who are great and aligned to their visions and their plans, and they hit it off and it all ends up nicely. However, I'm very particular about the kind of dating experience that I would like to have. And that's not the norm here, especially with foreigners who are just, passing by essentially in China. People just want to have good times and keep it moving. Whereas I have a longer term plan or a vision about where I'd like to see, dating getting me in the future. And I'm at a point in my life where I really want to settle down, start a family, and that is the kind of life that I feel that I am called for going forward. So dating here is a bit tricky because of that mismatch in values, with the gents here just trying to do their thing and keep it going. And I'm one person that would like to have a family consisting of people that look like me. And not only look like me, but also are aligned in values. I think we take for granted, especially people who travel overseas, there's a whole sea of fishes that you've never seen before, and people from different worlds that might be exciting, but you can hit, challenges along the way where people are just telling differences based on where they come from, their culture, their traditions, their expectations, and what a relationship is. So for me, I'm at a point where I'm really trying to think more intentionally about that, to say, yes, I would like, to settle down and get married and have a family, but it matters who I do that with. It really does matter. It's really important to me who I do that with. And as I was saying, that it would be easier for me to meet someone that I'm closer to in terms of origins and background and stuff like that. I know that might be problematic in that maybe I'm not open-minded enough to, look into the possibilities of building a life with someone from a totally different world. But that's just preference, and that's just me. And I think it's a sign of one growth for me, because in the last year or two, you could never even bring that topic to the table, with me, to say, hey, when are you going home? I used to be so irritated with people who'd ask me that and be like, guys, leave me alone. I'm here and I'm enjoying this for what it is, and I'm really trying to make the most of it. But I think it's a growth point for me, because I'm open. Like, I've just naturally, without anyone convincing me, just grown fond of the idea of possibly going back home, and the possibilities that might come my way and how it might look like. So I'm really happy about that for myself, because I thought I was going to be here for a long time, baby, but it doesn't seem like it. I really just want to be grounded and settled going forward. So there are no commitments right now in terms of, oh no, I've got a 6-month plan, I've got a 1-year plan, or whatever the plan is. But I'm just opening my mind up to the possibility of saying, okay, if a good opportunity comes, I might be able to consider it and check how it might look like for me. And if I meet the right person, that's also another thing. If it makes sense for both of us, then I'm quite open to moving back home. So that's just what's been on my mind for a while. Guys, being strong, independent, mbokodo, whatever is placed, it's not sustainable. And I wouldn't say that it's been my outlook, in the past. It's just that I'm a lover girl. I could have, gotten married long time ago, but unfortunately the decision doesn't come from the woman. So I've always been open to that possibility. However, you know how relationships work. So I wouldn't necessarily say that I stood in my own way. No, I've always been open to the possibilities, but maybe the people that I was with during that time were not really there yet. So I'll give grace to myself for that. But I'm ready, and I feel that there are still good men out there. Guys, let's not be haters of love, of relationships, of marriage and family, because that's an institution that God created and ordained for the betterment of, our world. So yeah, so that's one. Family is one, but two, I feel like I'm at such a good place in terms of career, where I feel that I finally have a contribution, a meaningful contribution to make in corporate SA. It doesn't mean that I never thought that I did have that kind of contribution, but I've grown so much, and I believe that my international experience, not only professionally but also like socially, it has opened my mind so much that I'm no longer the same person I was a few years ago, when I was tired, when I was frustrated, where I felt that I had outgrown the workplace or my country, as it were. So I just feel like I'm more solid, I'm more mature, I'm more refined like wine, to make a really intentional and impactful contribution in my country, and also academically, also in the process. I never stop learning, guys. I'm sorry, I'm a lifetime student, so I am still in the middle of my studies, and that is also contributing to where my mind is at in terms of, what kind of value I can add in South Africa, especially with like literacy and but we'll make another video for work stuff and impact and purpose and whatever. I just wanted to just, put my mind and my thoughts, out, to voice them out, to make it make sense. And I hope that this kind of reflection will be helpful to someone. I'm very open to, life and changing, and seeing how I evolve as life changes. So I'm at a good place. I really feel like even if I were to stay in China, I've got so much opportunity to move to, bigger and better opportunities to really make a difference here, or to go elsewhere in the world. But I'm really, really, really considering taking all of that, and taking it home. And I think I'll be so proud of myself for making that decision. Guys, I've lived independently, I've traveled, solo traveled, I've done all of the things that I would have wanted to do in my early life, and I feel like it's time to share it with someone or some people, and I think that's where I'll get my satisfaction. I don't know if is it satisfaction? I don't know, but I'll really get joy out of sharing life experiences with someone, rather than, just going at it as a single person currently. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And without dragging this on and on and on, yeah, I think I'm gonna close the little heart-to-heart session here, because there's so many other things, so many other factors that I've considered that have put me at ease about this decision, or this season of me trying to think about the next step and being comfortable and okay with home being the next place for me. But that I will talk about in a different video. I just feel like it's a good place to close the vlog here, to say that in life you must be open to the changes that come, and just listen to God when He says it's time to move. All right, I think that's very helpful. That has been something that has been helpful in me enjoying my life. I feel like in the last, also I keep saying I feel like I think in the last few years, or at least in my adult life, I've really had quality experiences, because I've always known when to start, when to finish, and balancing seasons, whether it's work opportunities, whether it's school, whether it's friends, or any of our lives things and experiences. I've always known when to enter and when to leave, and when to be at peace with some things coming to an end, and it's really been good. And who knows, I might be here for a little bit longer. Obviously, it's not just a matter of packing my bags and go. It takes planning, financial planning, carving out how the road looks like, but also not being committed to how it will turn out, trusting the process. Okay guys, goodbye. I'm rambling on and on and on. Goodbye. Thank you so much for coming to my TED Talk. Until next time, goodbye.